Good evening. Good evening. Welcome, everybody from North America and Australia or APAC. We are going to do a recap with Europe tomorrow. So happy to have everybody who's logging in. Go ahead and get the word out to all of our North Americans and Australia Pacific marketplaces. We got a recap going down here in just a couple seconds. Happy to have you guys. Welcome back. Good to see your faces in person. For those of you guys that made it in person the other day, make sure to be using that Q&A box for any and all questions, comments, etc. Welcome, everybody. Go ahead and hit that Q&A box with where you are logging in from. I want to see some names and places. Stacy, let's get those hands that are raised upgraded if we can. Thank you. What's up, Melbourne and Craig? Ithaca, New York. Matt, Britt, Ottawa. Kalkaska. What's up, Michigan? Gold Coast, Aussie. What's up, Florida? Washington State. Hello, Calgary. Nebraska, Tennessee, York. What's happening, North Carolina? What's happening, Sarnia? Yes, right next to Detroit, Sarnia, Canada. Some relatives of mine that dropped the cola. What's up, Santa Monica? What's up, Tennessee, North Texas, BC, Hershey, Pennsylvania, land of the chocolate, New York, Vancouver again. Howdy, howdy. Hi, Christy. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Rod.
Hey there.
Hey.
What's up, Tennessee?
Hello,
What's
hello.
Up,
Hello.
Kasaya, if you want to go camera down for probably maybe 20, you won't have to feel stressed about the first part of this being plugged in. So if you go camera down, it'll just remove you from panel until it's game time. But you can go camera up if you want. Just don't want to put that pressure on you. Idaho, Fort Lauderdale, Galveston, Texas, Indiana. What's up? India, not Indiana. India. Welcome, Sharma, India. What's up, Arizona? What's up, Clovis, Australia, and a whole bunch of others. Let's get started. Let's get rocking. I'm going to dive in starting now. Tell me, I know it's hard to do in 60 seconds or less. Christy, Tracy, Craig, 60 seconds or less. You guys were all, and Stacy, you guys were in Texas. What'd you experience? What'd you feel? What was your favorite part? Pick one of those things. Hit us when ready.
Okay, I'll go first because they're still muted. Everything coming together. That's literally what it was. Not just seeing people in person that I've seen on screen for so long, but truly everyone who gave a message, every word that came out of everyone's mouth was the future of Shopley and understanding it and being able to just share in the joy of what this is going to be. Like we saw it. Like I saw it. And again, everyone involved, for it, whether you were a speaker or a participant, got it. And that was so exciting. The energy was off the charts.
Beautiful. Keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. It was so amazing. Like you say, Christy. But for me, it was the clear roadmap on where we're going, and the steps are now being put in place. For me, understanding the phases of where different countries, regions, and where we are at and what we need to do to take ourselves to the next level was absolutely really clear. And, everyone's fired up to actually achieve those goals because we've communicated very clearly what they are and where we need to go.
I would say there's two things that stood out to me. One was one of the team members that I had that was there at the end of the event walked up to me and he said, I've been to events, I've been to these things, and I've heard other people say like, oh, I'm home. And he goes, I've never felt that before. I've never felt that like I'm home feeling. And he goes, and I felt that for the first time. I came to the event solo. I didn't have anybody. I didn't know what to expect. I was nervous because I'm by myself. He goes, but it didn't matter. I made so many friends. He goes, I literally made lifelong friends. And some of the people I met live in Germany. They live, Tracy, you were one of the ones he played pickleball with at 2 a.m. in the morning. I mean, you guys made memories, and it's a community that he's building, and that's what keeps people here. Those are the reasons why people come back and they stay and they go to the next events and they give testimonies. It's not about the tech, it's not about the other things. It's those relationships that they're building, and that made everything worth it for me to hear him say that.
I've heard of this infamous pickleball match in the parking lot at 2 a.m. By the way, Tracy, bravo to you. Craig, take us home.
Yeah. Look, I think both like what Tracy said there with a roadmap and a bit real clear direction, but also just the overall messaging, sort of like really brought it back into reality and sort of in context of, hey, we're 60 days since we've enrolling and we've 30 days of a website. And when you really sit back and think about that and think, wow, we're onto something big here, but Rome wasn't built in a day. So we're really sort of, I think that messaging really like stood out for me in lots of ways, just to like put it all back into reality, because I think we are onto something special. And I think the clear direction out of the event was sort of like a double whammy.
Thank you, buddy. And Stacy, I feel like legacy builder networks and or global influencers might be panelists, but I don't know who it is. So if you're able to direct message them, they might be one of our Max or Diamonds, and I just don't know what their actual name is. I apologize. Go ahead, Ron.
I was going to say, I think the event really we're a tech company, guys, but it humanized us, number one. Number two, we came through the breakthroughs of logic and practicality and seeing the vision, the next steps of the vision like never before. And that's what gave me the certainty that I have, just one step at a time, but seeing the future more practical than ever right now. And I love it. So thank you. And I love also how you reminded us, Nick, that it's only 65 days, since we did our first transaction, et cetera. Everybody's kind of
wild, isn't it?
We're funny in America, especially, we want everything now, but you don't get everything. Like Craig said, Rome wasn't built overnight.
I want a drone to drop off, $1 million in a sack for our 60 days in business right now, Ron. So Ron, that was actually a great transition, because I was going to jump to you and Rod very briefly. Is there anything either of you two gentlemen who work endlessly around the clock, whether it be, on the tech side, with the team, with the staff, with our cross-functional CEOs, with the field, creating great tools, creating great videos. Is there anything you two, and it sounds like Ron, you just did, Rod, you wanted to add before we dive into our recap of today's message, or of last weekend's event?
We'll cover some of the recaps when I go through some of the parts that I was on stage for talking through when it relates to vendors, some of the new vendor discussions. So we'll cover a lot of that there. Just had some very exciting get-togethers with you and with Terry and a few others afterwards. Just love the vibe and the message coming from the partners discussing some of the tech and some of the future that we got going on. So
that, you know what? If you ask me what my favorite part was,
I can't tell you is the stuff I can't tell you.
Man, I'll tell you what, you dirty dog. My favorite part of the event was the impromptu dinner that we did have with Terry, where he leaked a little bit about the future and it's, y'all gonna be knocked out when we can actually talk about this. You will be knocked out. Okay. We got to dive in. We got to go fast. Our goal is to recap not all the trainings, but all the important launches and announcements, and anything that was super pertinent to get back to y'all. Even if you were there, a repetition is king. Like, you got to hear this stuff more than once. And some of you guys maybe just joined us as a free affiliate today, and you're like, there was an event. It's possible some of you guys just joined us all over the weekend. And you've been hearing people mention certain dates, and what does that mean? So I'll give you guys a reference point. 120 days ago, we started whispering that there was a company that was going to begin called Shopley. 70 days ago, our first influencer pros joined. 40 days ago, our first vendor went up. That's how new this is. 120 a whisper, 70 an influencer pro, 40 a vendor. And that creates context for everything that we're discussing, that we're talking about. I'm going to dive in. I've learned, Stacy, that me pinning things and all the other stuff usually backfires. So I'll let you lead however you want this to look. Let's talk about what we are. Let's pull this up for just a second. We are a social commerce company. or a live commerce company, social commerce, live commerce. We often talk about if Amazon, TikTok, and the world of direct sales network marketing all came together and it had a baby, it would be called Shoply. And this has been said behind closed doors for way more than 120 days, but it's absolutely been said since our whisper started on July 1st. We were talking about, hey, we are these three worlds colliding. If Amazon, TikTok, the world of direct sales network marketing all smashed together, its name would be Shoply. So let's take a look at these so you can kind of get a macro view of what does that mean? You know, what is Shoply? What industries are we tapping into? What are we trying to achieve and accomplish? So let's take a look at Amazon first. Thank you so much, Stace, for your patience on that. Started in 94, it sold books. It took 3 years before it even entered into a second product. So the Amazon you see today took 3 years before it even had a second product, right? So remember, we are 40 days into vendors, 3 years, it added a second product. Next slide, please. What else do we want to talk about? Well, let's talk about TikTok for a moment. TikTok was first Musical.ly, 2014. That tech platform joined the forces with another company and became TikTok in 2017. That merger, sorry, TikTok started in 2017, and that merger happened in 2018. I bet you many of you think that TikTok is only a couple of years old. It's almost 7 years old, but it's actually the original platform is almost 10 years old, right? So we got to put this into context. Shoply, 120-day whisper, 70 days to an influencer pro, 40 days from a vendor. Our website, 40 days old. So, hey, where are we at? What's this looking like? Like that's the stuff that we're putting into context and bringing people into reality of where we're going, but also where we are today. Next slide, please. Well, here's a really important report that hits. Stacey, I know you love it when I drop things on you last minute, but if you want to throw the Accenture link, I'm going to pull data for you guys. I'm going to quote a couple quotes here and then show you an image from an Accenture.com report on the topic of social selling or social commerce. And this is not going to Amazon.com and buying, right? We have shifted our buying habits from buying from a website to buying from Facebook ads or Google AdWords, which leads us to a website, to today, Amazon, which is 55% of all US searches, no longer start in Google, they start in Amazon. And now that is transitioning to a new type of selling. Our conversation is a new type of selling. We are not a shopping mall experience. We're not even an Amazon.com experience. With a combination of three worlds coming into one, we are the integration of social experiences and e-commerce transactions in a single path to purchase enabled by a platform. That's a very technical term from Accenture. Accenture's a $250 billion consulting company. They know what they're talking about. But here's the thing I want you to see. Social commerce will be $1 trillion next year. Next year. Soccer moms promoting products on TikTok, Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, on their social media platforms will sell $1 trillion worth of products next year. What piece of that trillion are you going to capture? Guys, I remember when I started in this industry 20-something years ago, $1 trillion was like this far off thing, like, you know, the next $1 trillion wave, the wellness industry, this book by Paul Zane Pilsner, The $1 trillion Wave. Well, now the wellness industry is probably several trillion. I don't even know off the top of my head. But that was like this huge vision that one day, maybe someday, possibly all of wellness would be $1 trillion. Many of you have never even heard the term social commerce. It'll be $1 trillion next year. We're positioned right in the middle of that bad boy. Next slide. Okay, here is an eyesore that for those of you who are left brain, this is for you. For those of you guys that are right brain, just draw pretty pictures in your mind for a couple minutes. You just check out for a second. Left brain people, check this out. Okay, here's what we're doing. There's users, AKA people. Did I do that? I don't think I did that. Can you go back, please? Okay. I'm gonna draw on this. Okay, there's users. These users, boop, there we go. These users right here are human beings that have social media pages, accounts. Anybody with a social media account is a user. So that's everybody on Facebook, that's everybody on TikTok, everybody on LinkedIn, everybody on, you get the idea, Snapchat, all of it. Now, there's influencers, there's creators, and there's resellers. We are focused on these two. You, for us, are these two. You don't want to be just a user. A user equals a consumer. A consumer doesn't make money. A consumer goes broke spending money. Whose little blue dot is that following everything I do? Is that me? Okay, that's me. Okay. Users equal consumers. They don't make money, they spend money. What we're doing is we're utilizing your gifts and strengths to bring us brands using third-party commerce enablers to go to our platform. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. We did not develop this image. This image is an image created by Accenture to explain social commerce. It's exactly what we're doing. We need to bring these users through you to our small brands, to our platform. Everybody makes money. That's the goal here. And I hope for those of you guys that are left brain, that they're like you probably just had this giant aha moment. Okay, let's go ahead and let me erase all, close, throw everything in the trash. Next slide, please. Clear all my drawings. Boom. Okay. Now, there's still people today that are listening to me going, I don't believe it. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. People aren't going to, I'm never going to buy off some goofball on their Facebook profile. I get it. By the way, you sound like your parents when the idea of the internet started, when they said, I'll never put my credit card on the internet. Anybody that says I'll never buy from somebody going live sounds like their parents when they said I'll never put my credit card on the internet. So here's where, if you're logical, I just want to speak to the logical person for a moment. The logical person who's the skeptic, this is for you. The second most valuable company in the world, named Amazon, was losing so much market share to social commerce. They said, if we can't beat them, join them. And they partnered with TikTok, and they partnered, boom. They partnered with TikTok, and they partnered with Pinterest. The biggest announcement that Amazon has made in 2025 is their partnership with TikTok and their partnership with Pinterest, because they are losing market share to social commerce. So it doesn't matter if any of us think that this is a good or bad idea. It's a done deal. Like when it first was announced that Amazon was partnering with TikTok, for 2 seconds, my heart sunk and I said, oh, you know what? Oh, poop. And then immediately I celebrated. I was like, wait a second. This means every time I talk about what we do, anyone that wants to object to me about how smart they are, it's irrelevant. They're not smarter than the analysts at Amazon. And Amazon has $1.8 trillion to back up their decisions. And they just announced they're partnering with TikTok because they want all of those, people that are going live talking about products. They want to be the ones that ship the products, right? Well, so do we. And we don't have to beat Amazon to make 100 millionaires, 200 millionaires, 500 millionaires out of people that want to be significant players in the companies that we're building. Next slide. Okay, here's a Chinese TikToker. Sorry for the image because it's pixelated. She sold $14 million in 7 days, promoting products for 3 seconds at a time. She sold $14 million in 7 days. Do you know how hard it is to sell $14 million of stuff in 7 days? My biggest month ever in the history of sales was $66 million in sales in 1 month. 14 million is about 60 million almost in a month. 14 million in a week is about 60 million in a month. It took me 117,000 active salespeople in 19 countries to do it. It took her and her cell phone. No, I didn't freeze. I froze. But the computer didn't freeze. One woman on path to do 60 million in sales with her and her cell phone. This is brilliant. This is genius. Like, what, who would object to that? Like, next slide, check this out. This lady over here, Stormy Steele on the right, sold $1 million in a single day. That's $30 million run rate. This dude right here, I don't even know how to say that. There's so many word letters going on there that I can't understand. Lee Giacqui, this guy sold $1.5 billion in 12 hours. $1.5 billion in 12 hours. Rod Larson, what's the market cap of the largest direct sales network marketing company in the world right now, approximately?
Market cap 10.8, something like that.
You could be right. I think it's, well, maybe I'm thinking sales. I'm going to say 8.5.
Could be.
I'm going to say 8.5, but let's say it's 10. This dude did $1.7 billion in sales in 12 hours. Our largest company in our industry does 8 to 10 in a year.
Mhm.
Is anyone still want to talk about how you think this won't work? Because that ship has sailed. That ship is right out here outside my window is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 giant cruise ships. Right now, any of you guys like, that will never work. That cruise ship is all the way down in Aruba from Miami. It's not even left port. It's so many like countries away from port. That ship has sailed. This is real. It's happening. Get your piece. Next slide. Okay. On the left, year 29, Amazon. On the right, day 70, Shopley. I had some people that were like, oh, well, your website this, your website that, and I can't send anybody that. I'm like, well, first of all, we're live commerce. So I don't know why you'd send anybody to Shopley.com that you want to buy something, because we're not a shopping mall experience. What you do is you pick a product like you see right here, and you send the product, or you talk about the product, or you share the product. Live commerce and social commerce is no longer talking about a store, or even definitely not talking about a shopping mall, right? It's about picking a product that you love and enjoy, or you're curious about, or that you want to review, or that you're even critical about, talking about that product and driving people to that link. I don't know about you. Stacy, how many days was year 29? Was it 10,900 or something like that?
10,585, I think.
How do you know that stuff? So 10,500 days on the left, 70 days on the right. Any questions? I'm pretty damn proud about that. I'm pretty proud that when we send somebody to a product on day 70, it looks almost exactly like day 10,500 on the left. All we need to do is scale. The only thing they have there is I think it shows like something on the right. This actually shows their shop cart there on the right, and we don't show the shop cart. I mean, that's about it. So gang, we're doing pretty well. Hit the slide. Okay, day 70 for us. This is what it looks like if you go to Shopley.com, because, hey, we only got 20 vendors so far. Well, why? Because we're only on day 70, but we're only actually on day 40 of vendors. So it's actually day 40. I misquoted that when I had you create this, Stacy. Day 40 on the left, day 40 on the right. That's Amazon.com, day 40. That's Shopley.com, day 40. So that's context, everybody. Are we content where we're at? Absolutely not. Are we happy with where we're at in context to, what's going on out there? Yes. But here's my question to you. That's day 40. What does day 90 look like? What does day 180 look like? Day 180 is when we have always quoted as launch, April. I'm going to stop right there unless I had any more slides. Is that good on slides? Is that my last one? Perfect. Okay, let me bring it back into my partners, Ron and Rod. Anything you guys want to share first? And then anyone in the panel that hasn't spoken yet, let's bring in two panelists after that. And by the way, Ron and Rod, you guys can say over to the panelists if you want. I just always want to make sure I give you guys opportunity.
Ron? You're muted, Ron.
I'm going to say over the panelists right now because I'm saving my thoughts for.
Perfect. You're actually next. I apologize. I should have prepped you better. I should have transitioned better. Rod, anything to share on the first recap of social commerce, live commerce?
Well, one of the things that hits me when you show me the time frame and the scale of time for Amazon versus where we're at right now, and it's fun to look at that. But what I love is also the fact that the speed of change and adjustment within the tech side is much faster than it was for them back then as well. So the ability for us to turn quicker and make the changes that we're working through right now is even better than it was back then. So we're ahead, plus it turns quicker. It's really cool. Back to you.
Thank you. Let's take two panelists. Jump in there if you haven't spoke yet.
Hey, Nick, I'll go. I'm just proud of this company. You know, even in the early stages when we didn't even have something to look at with vendors on it, I'm just very, very proud. And then, you know, to see the stories and kind of, you know, where people's mindset, everybody's like, oh, it's got to be perfect. It's got to have this. It's got to have this. It's got to have this. It just blows me away how quickly we are to, you know, do what we need to do. And the site's beautiful. I mean, the fact we've got the ability for a vendor to put videos up already, like no one does that. The fact that we can do all that. And the thing that I got from stage is this is the first rendition. This is the first look at this, you guys. So it's always going to be a work in progress. Technology is a work in progress, and human beings, we are a work in progress. So I'm just very proud.
Thank you, buddy. Let's take one more.
Hey, Nick, this is Chris. You know, this is something I've been sharing to the whole group, and I even said it this way. Over the weekend, Nick must have said this at least 174 times. We're 62 days old. We're 62 days old. And I got to tell you, that has sunk in so vibrantly with me. And then you're showing, you know, these side by sides, Amazon, us. I mean, if anybody isn't ready to go and to go big, then in Texas, we have a phrase for you. It's just that your wood's wet and you don't fight, you don't even have a fighting chance.
If that doesn't light your fire, your wood's wet. You forgot the first part of that.
Yeah.
But thank you very much, brother. So this panel has been such a great group of people to work with. They're amazing. They're all over the world. They work hard. They're passionate. They've been through the bumps and bruises, and they'll be through many more to come. And I'm grateful for all of you guys. Ron, I forgot. We're going to jump into phases real quick, and then I'm going to kick to you. So here's where I would push back. If I wasn't at the event and I didn't get an update yet, and I was not in America, there might be some obvious things to push back against. So my second favorite parts of the event was announcing our new way of strategizing, looking at, categorizing, structuring, whatever term you want to use, our marketplaces so that expectations can be understood and met through both sides, us and you, and the leaders in the middle, targets to shoot at, and you know, the correct time being spent on the correct vendors and people from the executives of the company. When we first started, we didn't know. We didn't know what we didn't know. And anyone that tells you, you go ask any company, anyone that started a $1 billion company, and you said, did you know everything? No. You put a vision out there, you make a plan. And my favorite quote, it's like the best business quote ever, but it's from Mike Tyson. It's hilarious. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. And then once you get punched in the face, you then change the plan, you adjust the strategy. That's what great operators do, great business people do, and it's what we have done. So we now have a 4-phase approach to our company, and we looked at what's working and why it's working. We realized that 92% of all of our influencer pros are in 4 marketplaces, not countries, but marketplaces, including 2 continents. Ooh, 3 continents. 2 continents? 3. 3 continents. So we've got our main 4 marketplaces in order of enrollments is actually USA, Canada, Australia, they're kind of neck and neck, and then Europe. And that's 92% of all influencer pros. So we then looked at the vendor, not acquisition, but the vendor applications, the vendors that we're pushing. We said, okay, this kind of matches up to the influencer pros as well. Let's build a structure around this so that everybody has, an understanding. I'm going to put right now my not disclaimer or whatever, my asterisk. What I'm going to cover with you guys right now is not exact and it's not final. We have a couple more answers we need from the tech team on certain things before we have the exact specific numbers to all of this and the how to. So you should expect, if you want to mark your calendars, on November, where are you, November? On November 4th, we will do a strategy session on November 4th with the exact rollout of the phases and any subtle nuance that we haven't finalized yet. Okay, let's hit it. So here's how it works. There's 4 phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. A phase 1 market. Do we pulled in all the slides? Stace, is that correct? Yes. Okay. So here's what a phase 1 market might look like. A phase 1 market would be us identifying a primary and capable leader or leaders, somebody that's, knowledgeable in the market, has access to vendors, has influence over hundreds, if not thousands. They're a leader of people. Like, we have to have a point person that we can work with in that market, or multiple point people through different teams, doesn't matter. Number 2, we got to have a minimum, we're thinking, of 500 guest accounts through the invite system. That number is not final. That's why it says example. We'll give you the final number on Monday. It could be 1,000. It could be 250. Right now we're kind of eyeballing 500. What does that mean? Well, we don't want the one person in Ecuador, and listen to this with a critical ear, not with I don't want it to sound like I'm being like demeaning. There's a difference between yes, I got to finish this, but go for it, buddy. Sorry, guys. He wants to play Monopoly. Okay, so the person in Ecuador, let's say they are hungry and they're driven, but they don't have a skill set yet. They're just excited. But that excited person doesn't have the ability to influence any other people in the country of Ecuador yet, because we haven't had a chance. It's going to take them a year or 2 to develop these skills. And the only vendor they can get is their uncle who owns this small little t-shirt shop. All of a sudden, this person in Ecuador gets excited. They sign up with somebody out of America. They're like, I'm ready to go launch Ecuador. It's going to take them years to develop the necessary skills. They get their uncle to submit the t-shirt company. The uncle's blowing up customer service to get the t-shirt company approved. This is how it started for us. And it's just not the correct way for us to give you the vendors you need or deserve to roll out a market. So we need a capable leader that can bring us at least 500 guest accounts and at least one viable anchor vendor that they are committed to sell once live. Now, there's a second part of this, guys, that's really important. Not only do we need to test this out in the market, we needed to understand who our leaders were going to be. I didn't know who to call 60 days ago because there were no statuses. Now I can see who my diamond influencers are, who my macro influencers are, and I can work with that diamond influencer to open up Ecuador with whoever the leaders are on the ground, and I can work with Rod to get the anchor vendor approved, not Uncle whoever's t-shirt company, but an actual real viable vendor with lots of inventory, and they can handle the market. So that's how we're going to move. Every country's in phase 1 until it moves to phase 2. Once it moves to phase 2, it's because that leader hit 500 guest accounts and brought us one viable anchor vendor that we're working with. The corporate team's working with the leader and the vendor to get him approved. The leader says, yes, me and the team are going to sell this vendor. So we get him approved, we get the store live. We begin upgrading in that country. We start upgrading from guest accounts to influencer pros and influencers. The local team starts selling the anchor vendor immediately. We're not requiring any PQV or customer requirements, just subscription only. Local leadership works with corporate to approve 4 more vendors to move to phase 3. Phase 3 will be 5 total vendors. And at phase 3 with 5 total vendors, we're gonna kick in the PQV requirements. Local leadership will bring us 5 more vendors. Now we're gonna move to a phase 4 market. Phase 4 market, 10 or more vendors, customer requirements, all customer requirements are activated in the comp plan, and you got everything you need to explode that marketplace. So when you look at where we're at today, if I'm in Australia, you're like, yeah, that's cool for you guys, but I don't have that experience in Australia. And you're right. So now we're going to bucket these. So I can say, look, if you're in America right now, you have everything you need. You've got 17 vendors. You've got hundreds of products. The only thing left that you might have that's stopping you is just excuses. You got a website that looks exactly like Amazon's when you refer a product. If you lead with a product, it looks exactly like Amazon's. Like, there's no excuses here. You got all kinds of different ranges of products, more to come. You know, Rod will give you a product update here in a second, excuse me, a vendor update here in a second. But now I can work my booty off with the leaders in Australia because I know who they are now. I know the leaders in Australia are Tracy, Craig, and Aaron. I know how do I know that? Because they hit statuses in our comp plan. So I can call them on a separate call and I can say, look, who are the must vendors that you guys are committed to selling in Australia? Who are they? Okay, let me get with Rod. Let us get you your must vendors and let's get you guys selling immediately, moving from phase 2 to phase 3. I'll do the same thing in Canada with the Canada leaders. I'll do the same thing in Europe with the European leaders. We now have a process. If you're in a phase 1 market, don't be discouraged or don't be like, oh, dang it, they just said my country this way. This doesn't really change anything for you. You either got the juice to be able to open up a marketplace or you don't, right? It's just really what it boils down to. If you don't, you got to find the person who does. That was always the play. If you don't have the juice to open a country, you got to find the person that does and bring them to us. I'm giving you a very specific game plan and buckets, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. I think everybody obviously knows phase 5 is a fully launched country. Is America fully launched yet? No. Look at the top, beta. This is beta phase 4, which means it's beta 4.0, which is better than beta 3.0. But it's not a fully launched. We will not launch US fully saying like we believe that we got everything we need to say we're a fully launched technology until April. Why? Because we got to get to the point where we got everything built out and it's pretty and it's sexy. Let me check in with Rod. Let me check in with and let me check in with a couple panelists that haven't spoken in a while.
Rod or Ron?
Rod, because I'm gonna kick to you, Ron, in just a second.
Okay. All right. No, I'm good. I think listen, I think everything that we've gone through in this last weekend, the discussions we had with the vendors that we had on stage, everything was super solid and tight. Love the way that the direction was going. Excited for it.
Nick,
Okay, let's go a couple panelists. Anything
Nick,
on the take it,
I'll
Craig.
jump in. Look, the way I look at this is I look at the vendors and I've loved all the Shopley vendor showcases recently. And I sort of look at them and go, hey, these could be a network marketing company in their own right. We've like literally got, like there was a phenomenal skincare presentation. There's some amazing, that European company the other day. All of these companies typically become their own network marketing company, and we have the ability to effectively launch our own network marketing company if we wanted, by leveraging the platform, because that's how quality the products are that are actually going onto there. So I'm like super excited about the vendors and what we've got to offer right now, but moving forward, wow, super excited.
Cool.
Mark, you want to take it? Chris, you want to take it? Hop in, Stace.
I will just say that when I got to see some of these new vendors coming, it inspired me to Craig's point. These products alone could launch their own company. And I ordered my AQ skincare today, and it's in the mail. And I also just want to
you look
share.
sexier already.
Yeah, well, it's not here yet. Just wait. Just wait.
Just charging your credit card makes you look better.
But I will tell you, this is a solution. I was talking to a buddy who spent his life savings bottling his barbecue rub, that all of his friends says, "Oh my gosh, you got to bottle it." And he's on Amazon, and that's it, put him in a hole. And when I shared with him this, he's like, heck yeah. So we're in the process of bringing a great barbecue rub line to this. So we have such a huge opportunity here to develop vendors of all makes, models, passions, persuasions, and y'all, we're just getting started. So I'm super excited.
Cool.
Excellent. I just got a great question, by the way, guys. I can't even believe that I didn't catch from stage or or even in this recap. And I want to thank Anonymous for, it's actually the first time Anonymous has ever asked a good question. Anonymous, thank you for this. Anonymous asked, not this Anonymous, just all anonymous people. He said, so are we open for vendors yet? Not fully. None of the markets are open fully for vendors yet. On November 5th, I'm going to give you guys that update, but America would be closest to saying, okay, we're opening up for the full vendor process. And the reason why is because the vendor process went from it didn't exist to really clunky to drop the really clunky to now moving to just a little to okay, this is good, to it'll be fully digital. We don't want to cut you guys loose to drive vendors into something that they don't have a positive experience on until we believe, that's why beta's beta, until we believe it's game time. So everyone who's in right now as vendors, these are all very tolerant friends and family. They're influencer pros. They became influencer pros. So I'm going to give you a full update on that on November 5th on that call. Is it 5th or 4th? If I misquoted, I apologize. Whatever the 4th. On November 4th, I'll give you a full update on that. But great question. Christy, take us away. And then we're going to jump over to my brother Ron here.
Now, I really liked, like he just said, the vendors that they showed. There were products being passed out. I was given great Kool-Aid out, but I just want to point out really quick, Nick, it came.
It's beautiful.
Very nice.
For your hair, the hair growth.
Oh, you son of a, you son of
I'm gonna do, I think we need to do a side-by-side unboxing.
Woo.
Okay, thank you. Can you, I'm still waiting for, yes, copy that.
Can I just jump in for 1 second?
Yes,
Just
are
to
you
wrap
gonna,
it up.
are you gonna promote the fans for Christy's hot flashes?
Hey,
No, what I'm going to leave that one, go back to the
Thank you,
keeper.
Christy.
What I want to say is, when you talk about all the things that we're doing, and like Craig says, all these things could be different network marketing companies. Shopley is listening to the market. For those of you who are still on the fence, we're taking all the best things from how you want to buy, how customers want to buy, how people want to sell, putting it all into the one package and having our technology work at the speed of life. Life, not light, right? All of this is keeping up with how people are interacting and how they're buying and selling through their life. What we used to buy yesterday, we don't interact like that. And the fact that Shopley's vision is to look at all those aspects of how people in the center of how we want to operate, whether we're in the business or buying from the business, has never been done before. And it's all coming together beautifully in this wonderful vision.
Love it.
Thank you, Tracy. Beautifully stated. I'm grateful for that. So we're actually going to jump to vendors here in just a second. Before we do that, I want to kick it to my brother Ron, because you got to balance this out. You got to balance out the logic and the process and the strategy and the action with the mission, the values, the purpose, the heart. And there's no one better to do that than our Chief Visionary Officer, Mr. Ron Williams. Take it away, brother.
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, Tracy, you just touched on what I'm feeling strongly about. So did you, Craig, is that what I love about this phased approach that we're introducing tonight is that it allows us to sell the vision, because we know from history already, our short little brief history, that the vision, the idea sells. We just know that, right? Everybody loves it. Now we have the phases, so we don't compromise what sells so well. We don't ever compromise that. We continue selling what sells so well, but we now have a practical, logical approach to open countries. Now, what does that mean? It means that you guys can pick the product, pick the leader, pick the country. You can, I mean, think about it. How many companies have we been in before when a leader goes, man, I wish I could have this product in this country, this leader. Well, guess what? That's what you can do in this new program, this new plan. So I love it. I think it's very friendly. I think it's very practical and logical, but yet it's coupled with the magic of what we have as a company. And that's what makes me most happy. But I would say this. When you're in a startup phase like this, folks, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the fair weather. You can't be fair weather when you're doing something like this. You have to understand that we're only as strong as our weakest link here as a body of people. So let's lock arms. Let's do something special. A lot of people get uncertain sometimes. They get unsure. And I always tell people, look, the cure for uncertainty. What is the cure for uncertainty? Well, but what's going to happen next week? What's going to happen next month and next year and tomorrow and tonight? Guess what? The cure, and I don't usually use this word on live, but kick ass today and tomorrow will take care of itself. And then you do it over and over and over again. Imagine if each of us on this Zoom kicked ass today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, and then the next day, for 90 days, what would our lives look like? So to Nick's point, folks, this is a time to use the platform, to use the product, to share the product, and just start playing with it, start trying it, start exploring, start sampling, because this is a great time to understand that our vision is to touch people's lives. Our mission, however, is to execute this decentralized commerce live and do it right now. So what I'm going to share with you guys is this. I'm going to show you a little mission video that I just recently did. And I did it for the weekend because I just wanted people to understand, look, it's not for the faint of heart. You're going to have to be the mission. You have to understand whatever energy you feed is going to make it happen. If you're feeding the negativity and the half empty, finding that dark piece of rice in the bowl, and that's not going to work. But if you're just feeding the positivity, all the yeses, focus on the things that you want. Don't focus on the things you don't want, because what we resist persists. Focus on the things that you want and watch this thing go to the moon. And there's some announcements that we'll be making over the next month or two or three or four that are just going to blow your mind. You're in the right place. Trust, work, execute, manifest. If we can play this video, Stacey, I'd love it, just to kind of close it out for everybody.
What happens when you land at the ground floor of something so juicy, so historic, so liberating that you can't stop thinking about it? Going to bed and waking up with happy feet, sleep becomes optional. That beautiful sensory feeling of being fully alive, or invincible. You knew someday this would happen, and you have been preparing for this your whole life. Then, you realize that there is this thing called polarity. The bigger the idea, the bigger the challenge. And one day, you experience what every dreamer and entrepreneur experiences. Challenge. Adversity. Only now you're experiencing inner conflict, hearing all the wrong voices, trying to detour you from your purpose, versus your life-giving, powerful convictions surrounding your dreams, your destiny. So who wins? The one that gets fed. Success is not for the fair-weathered. Immerse yourself in vision and feed off the mission. Be the mission. Good leaders dominate the game, but great leaders not only dominate the game, They identify the challenges and conquer them. Therefore, big ideas merit big breakthroughs.
So folks, may you all just take a really strong stand for what you're doing and how you're doing it, and just understand that that's how it works, folks. It's one day at a time. Kick butt today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Thanks, Nick.
Ron, beautifully stated as always, brother. So gang, let's take a shift here. We got a couple new vendors we want to introduce you to. Before we do that, I want to introduce our CEO to talk about where we're at from a perspective of just the entire, what's the vendor update scenario of the state of the vendor world. And this is the man that's worked relentlessly to get this marketplace created. And it's so hard for people to really process this. This isn't a website, it's a marketplace. It's 5 CEOs that work together every day to get this thing across the finish line, from the core processing to our back-end technology partners, to our front-end technology partners, to our logistics partners, plus Shoply. All 5 of those worlds coming together all day, every day to grind this thing out. And this is the leader of that. So my brother, let me kick it over to you. If you want, I can click around, you can steer or whatever you want to do, or maybe why don't you just give an update and then I'll jump back in a second.
Yeah, let's do a quick update on where we are right now with some of the most recent vendor announcements from the event. We had three vendors present that 2 of which are on now the store, and 1 is almost there for Europe. And we had them come up and give a presentation on their products. One of those, Elevate Global from Europe, that'll be coming up very shortly. The other 2 that were up with us from Victory Nutrition and also from AQ Skin Solutions, they were both there, and they're up now on the store. So we had really great presentations from them and really had a really great energy. And it was fun to see people sort of get the feel on the product side that they've been looking for, and that perhaps they missed from some of the past history in their career. And they're like, okay, now I got some products I can start talking about and working through. And so I think it was fantastic. And we have a couple of vendors that we want to invite on tonight that are our special guests that we've asked to join us and sort of tell about, their brand, do an intro on their brand, a little bit about themselves, and give us an idea about, how it was for them to become a vendor on Shoply, et cetera. So we'll start first with Mark from Lovare, and then we'll roll also then over into Kasaya from Bella Capri. So Mark, if you're here, you want to flip on your camera and go live with us. Give us an update, say hello to the group that's here. There you are. Want to make sure you get a chance. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself, about your brand, and tell us why Shoply.
We look like twins.
We do.
Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend the event this weekend, but life happens. And but as a beta vendor, when I first was introduced to Shoply, I jumped right in because I thought this was a fantastic opportunity. And as a entrepreneur and a visionary, when I first started 40 years ago, my idea was to bottle mud. So I know all about the challenges that comes with building a company when you want to start bottling mud. And I'm still here. So that means that through all the challenges that you're going through, I've been through it. So I'm really, really happy to be involved in a company like Shoply, because you're doing all the work. And we are actually just producing fantastic products, and we're teaming up with, an opportunity to create affiliates and influencers and networking. And we are actually, we're a network marketing company. Lovare was a network marketing company, and we went back down to an affiliate program, and then we decided, no, we're going to team up with Shoply. We're going to get rid of our affiliate program, and we're going to work with you to build consuming our products. And we're happy about that. Even if you go to our Lovardi.com corporate website and you click on join, it actually goes to a Shoply link. So actually everybody knows about Shoply through Lovardi. And we're starting to talk about it, and people are going to it and signing up. So we're very happy. So my experience is 40 years in as an orthotherapist, and my idea was to get rid of pain. And so I created a product way back then that was a mud bath, and it became very famous, and we sold in 18 different countries and did very well. And then we discovered that this mud comes from plant, and it's a carbon-based product, and it contains the 70 minerals that we all need, because mineral deficiency is the first thing that happens that create chronic diseases. So we're in a health and wellness business, and we want to keep people healthy. So we got a patent to be able to extract this peat from the soil and extract the ingredients that we work with, which is humic and fulvic acid. It's a carbon-based product that has all the 70 minerals that we need to sustain health and to create homeostasis and you know, reduce the aging process. So our core product is based on this black powder that you actually take in on a daily basis. You have the humic essential powder, which is our core product, the humic essential tabs, and the mud tox. And so the three products are based on this powder, which you can take 250 milligrams in water, and you take it on a daily basis. You just drink it, and it has no taste. You can actually give it to your pets. You can give it to your plants. There's many advantages to doing that. We've also have yeah, no, we're back to the powder. That's fine. So this, if you want to go back to the tabs, I'm talking too fast.
Oh, you're supposed to be steering, brother, but I'm just trying to do it for you. So people are very visual.
Yeah. There's three products. There's actually the tabs. Let's look at the tabs.
You got it.
So the tabs is very innovative. It's a tab that you put in water, and it dilutes, and it contains the humic and fulvic, of course, which, you know, have 5 benefits. First of all, being anti-inflammatory and hormone regulator and anti-aging, and it strengthens the immune system, and it's a very powerful antioxidant. And we were working with the sports industry because we've added beetroot extract to increase the oxygen and increase the level of muscle mass for athletes. So if you're a sports enthusiast or an athlete or just going to the gym, you need to take this to the gym. It'll increase the oxygen levels up to 50% in the body, and we have research on that, and it was very powerful in the sports industry. And of course, now we have the mud tox, and everybody that's listening into the spa industry, we sold and we sell to the spa industry for anti-aging, cellulite reduction, hormone balancing, skin problems, and it really is a useful product for a mask that you can apply on your face. You can actually use it as a poultice to treat eczema, psoriasis, or any skin problems. And this is actually a bathing product. Now, when I first started, I started one product. We were selling a mud bath. And so when we talk about detox, that's why it's called Mud Tox. If you're going through a detox program, we recommend taking 21 straight days of this product, which increases the oxygen level in the circulation and goes into the adipose tissue and actually gets rid of toxicity, free radicals, all the garbage that we accumulate, and decreases the systemic functions of our body. So if we have the opportunity to detox, the Mud Tox is a fantastic product. Now you've also seen different other products in the lineup, because we also sell collagen, silver mineral. We have a fantastic silver gel that we use as a lotion. We have tonic lotions that we add to the mask. So there's a combination of different products that makes it very universal for somebody that wants to go into wellness and promote the spa products, promote healthy mineral supplement products, go into the sports industry and work with athletes. We've actually worked with 3 Olympic athletes throughout the years with our products, great success. We worked with Pat Middleton, who's an MMA All-Star, and who endorsed our products. And so we're working with all these different people in that industry to promote our products. So, like I said before, we used to be in network marketing, and so we know how to work with affiliates. We knew to work with influencers. We've got a lot of different videos. Actually, I really like the idea of adding videos on the shopping cart, and I went ahead and I did 3 or 4 products, and I just videoed, and I recorded some videos, and they're up there. And so they're with 1.5 minutes, I explain what the product does, and I think that is so powerful, which you can't do on any other platforms. So that's very innovative, and hats off
to jump in, brother, like we like somebody's asking the questions and they're like, we need training on the products. I'm like, well, I can't train them on your products. We got to defer to you to train the affiliates and the influencers on the products. And now I know everybody wants every vendor to have all their stores up perfectly with all their training videos. I'm just going to remind you, day 40, y'all, let's take a chill pill. I don't know. Do you sell any chill pills, brother? Mark, do you sell any chill pills? Because
you sure do.
they want to make sure that not just us, but all of you guys have everything perfect the second that you get activated. And this is a learning curve. We have to learn. Our vendors have to learn, and you have to learn. And we have to be accepting of that, because there's not a perfect science to this until we understand the perfect science of this.
Well, we used to do a lot of Zooms on training. We have a PowerPoint presentation on where it comes from, what does it do, the benefits. That's all done. And if an affiliate, an influencer wants our products as an anchor vendor, we're there. We're here to help. And we schedule a Zoom, and I'll do a half-hour training. I have no problem doing that, because that's what I do. I'm an educator. I mean, this is not my first barbecue. I mean, I've been doing this for 39 years. And so I can talk about this product for 4 hours. And so, I wrote a book on it, by the way, and it explains what humic fulvic is, and the whole holistic approach to health. And that's what we need to do in this world is not just all listen to doctors and big pharma and all that, but listen to your intuition and what you need to do on a daily basis. So education is very important. And I think this platform is going to be great to be able to do Zoom calls and training and educate people on their health, and saying, well, I have a headache. So ask your question, well, why do I have a headache? Not just take a couple of Tylenols and the headache's going to go away. You got to know why you have a headache. Is it what you ate? Do you have a pinched nerve? Do you have a digestive problem? All these are very important. So it's just not selling products, but also the education behind what we can do as product producers.
Well, Mark, thank you. Thank you so much for being one of the anchor vendors, the early adopters with us in the very early days. We sure appreciate it. Love the product. Love the fact that it's available both in Canada and the United States. So you are the first in Canada with us. So we want to say thank you for that. And
thank you.
Your time tonight on the Zoom. And want to make sure we give a shout out now and introduce our next guest, who is our second vendor for tonight. And Keziah and I have met a couple of times on Zooms and on a few trainings, but I've known of her before. She was introduced to me by some of the other members of our Shopley family, and she's got an amazing set of product line, and we spent a lot of time working together in the early days. But Keziah, thank you to you and your husband Brandon for what you've done, and we really want to welcome you to the Shopley family and say thank you to you as the founders of Belle and Capri. And take it away. Tell us about your brand. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I would love to. And first of all, I want to say thank you to you guys. You've been amazing to work with. So my deepest gratitude, especially to you, Rod. You've spent so much time with us, helping us get our brand online. It's really a privilege to be a beta vendor here. We've had such an incredible response. If you've already purchased from our store, I sincerely want to thank you. We're not a big box brand. We are a small business, We're actually coming up on our 2nd-year anniversary. So it's exciting to me to be partnered with Shopley because like you guys, we're growing, but I have a vision for my brand. We are going to take this brand to 7 and 8 figures. I know it. I come from a network marketing background. That's where I spent a lot of time in the corporate space. When I left there, I always wanted to launch my own company. In 2020, when COVID hit, I have 4 kids, 4 and under. So I'm sorry, I have 3 kids, 4 and under. So I was very busy, but my husband, thank goodness, pushed me. And he said, look, you have a lot of amazing ideas. What you want to do will help so many people. Let's go. And I was 7 months pregnant with my 3rd baby, Axel, when we launched Belle and Capri. So the name of the company is paying homage to my 2 daughters, Lila Belle and Harley Capri. So giving them some credit. And then of course our swan logo, I really wanted to incorporate, one, because of luxury, you see that in spas and whatnot, but because I learned about this swan effect many years ago, and it always stuck with me. It's this concept that you see this beautiful bird just gliding on the top of the water. But what you don't see is underneath, it's paddling like hell. So I always say grace on top, hustle underneath. Like that's kind of what we always say. So just like a lot of women and people in general, we make it look easy, but we're doing a lot of hard work behind the scenes that people can't see. So the concept there is grace on top, hustle underneath. And it's kind of like our skincare, you know, it feels great going on. You'll enjoy the process of applying it and it's going to work for you, doing all the hard things to help you look and feel amazing. So that's a little bit of our backstory behind our brand. I also wanted to create something too, because when I was taking care of small babies and they were touching my skin, I had to pretty much stop using the majority of the products that I was using. I also found that things I loved got discontinued, or they were super expensive and it was just out of reach, or they were just filled with chemicals. So what I learned, especially, there's a great awakening happening all over the world. I know you guys know it too. People are becoming more aware of the toxic chemicals that are in the foods that we eat and the things that we consume. And although we're not consuming our skincare, our skin is actually our largest organ. So we need to be very conscious of what we're applying to it. So that was part of the journey that I had with this. I just wanted to kind of take it back to basics. How can we make products that are really, really good, that actually work, that are priced affordably so they're within reach for the average person? So clean, effective, affordable, that's one of our main focuses for our brand. We're also cruelty-free. We're vegan. We're gluten-free, paraben-free, silicone-free. We're eco-friendly. A lot of our products come in glass jars, so they're recyclable. We are made and manufactured right here in the United States, and all of our stuff is clinical grade. So I'm not small batching these products in my kitchen like some people often think, but you are getting such an amazing high quality product. And of course, I would love to be your anchor vendor. I would love to work with you guys. And I want to thank all of you at Shopley for believing in our brand. I want you to feel great about what you're putting on your skin and feel really proud and confident about what you're sharing with other people. That's one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about this platform. I want entrepreneurs like myself, like you guys who are influencers, to win and win big. And I want you to have a great time doing it in the process. So really special thanks to all of you. I see so many familiar faces. It's just great to be back with all of you guys. It's great to be involved in a company that I'm telling you, I've caught the vision so much. Even tonight when Dick was like, look, soccer moms, you know what they're doing? And I'm telling you, this was my first year being a soccer mom. So that's me, Nick. I'm a soccer mom.
I'm a soccer mom.
That's me.
I'm a double soccer mom. My daughter and my son are both in soccer.
I love it.
Anything you want to highlight with, by the way, well-spoken, eloquent, amazing job. Is there any thing you want to call out here, shout out or highlight?
Yes, absolutely. I think you'll find that you'll absolutely love our products. We have a lot of different offerings. If you just want to pick up a single product, you're welcome to. If you want to pick up some of our bundles are usually our most popular products. We sell our Fresh Faced Kit, which is our best selling. It's got our cucumber cleansing gel, an amazing vitamin C serum, a botanical hydrating mist, and it also comes with our daily hydrating moisturizer. So no matter how old you are, we have a lot of moms. I'm turning 40 on Thursday on Halloween. Can you believe that? So we have a lot of people my age and their kids who are using our products. So it's really safe. It's super effective. You can feel great about what you're putting on your skin. If you're more mature, we have some anti-aging bundles that you can look at. And we do have a little bit of color. Our lip glosses are selling like crazy. So apparently you guys love color stuff. So maybe we'll be adding a little bit of more of that to the line.
Rod told me his first purchase for himself was the Silky Lip Plumper.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we sell a lot of our lip plumper. That's like a serum. You can kind of put it on and around the
Look
lips.
at all these products. This is amazing.
Yeah,
Well
and thank you for an
done.
amazing platform. Look, you guys are talking a lot of inspiration tonight. One thing that I always said was like, look, it's better to be prepared and not have an opportunity than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. And so when I looked at this brand, I had some obstacles. It's called 3 kids in trying to build and run an amazing business. But you know what? It's like everything. You just have to do it. And you don't know where you'll be in 5 years or in 10 years, or in our case, in 2 years. And so we couldn't be more proud. We're so happy to be here. We want to partner and lock arms with you guys. Thank you for creating an amazing platform where so many people can have so much success, have access to incredible products. And we just are incredibly beyond grateful for the opportunity to be a part of this platform.
Freaking awesome. Well done. Beautiful. Awesome. So guys, I'm gonna, Rod, do you want to share a couple thoughts here? I want to actually, I'll just use Bell and Capri because it's open to kind of show a little bit of what live commerce is or social commerce versus send people to my shopping mall.
Yeah, I think we should go straight into that. But just for the sake of time and keeping this absolutely as high as it is right now, thank you, Keziah, for joining us and spending some time with us. Love the brand and love the fact that you're with us in the early stages, beta stages here at Shopley. So Nick, yeah, I think let's jump right into live commerce.
Yeah, so guys, I can't do the training tonight. And we did probably an hour-and-a-half long training at Dallas. We did a training the week before that. We did a training the week before that on live commerce and social commerce. What's the difference? Social commerce is using social media to promote a purchase. Live commerce is going live on a platform to promote a purchase. So I just want to highlight one thing. We are not a shopping mall. We're a marketplace. Do not send people to shoply.com to then go buy something. It's not the process. That's not where the world is shifting. You're outdated. In fact, you're throwing yourself back to 2005 Quickstar or 2003 Big Planet or to the shopping malls that all closed down in the network marketing world. That's not the experience. The experience is you go to shoply.com, you, the influencer, you, the affiliate, you look for stores, products, or brands that you believe in, that you like, and you say, oh, Ageless Eye Cream, I like it. Let me grab this right here. Let me click on it. Let me learn about it. Let me read about it. Let me buy it. Let me talk about it. How am I going to talk about it? You can click Facebook right here, Twitter right here, email right here, LinkedIn right here, Telegram, text, SMS, or you can just click copy the link. If you click copy the link, you can go post that link wherever you want. Now, if you go live, you just take that link with you, you put it in your live and you like swipe up, it'll take, you want to drive people here. You do not want to drive a customer to shoply.com. You want to drive them to here because this looks like the same thing as an Amazon product. This goes toe to toe with an Amazon product. As time goes on, if Keziah decides to add a video to explain Ageless Eye Cream, she will. If she decides not to, she won't. She will provide the marketing materials around these parts. She might say, look, you got everything you need right there. Buy the product, use the product, sell the product. That's how she wants you to do it. And I want to remind all you guys of one major tip I gave from Saturday. Where do we all create this belief that we have to have used a product in order to sell a product? That's bonkers to me. I just sold $30 million worth of solar in the last 3 years. I lived in a penthouse. I don't have solar. I can believe in a product and not use the product. I'll give you an example. There's a lot of products here for females. I'm probably not going to use them, but it's okay for me to believe in them and sell them, right? See, you don't have to. I think it's you got so hardcore trained, a lot of you guys in certain network marketing companies, that your product was religion, and if you didn't take it, you would die, and that your product was the only product on planet Earth, and there was no other products that ever were created, and that product is so like you get filled with that stuff, which is most of the time illogical at best, and it's not reality, right? Reality is there's a lot of people that want to buy a lot of stuff. Go check Amazon. Go check TikTok. There's a lot of people that want to buy a lot of stuff. Go promote a lot of stuff. Go live every day. Do a product highlight every day and just tell people the truth. Hey, I personally haven't tried this one yet. Hey guys, if you didn't know, I'm an influencer for Shoply.com. Every day I'll be talking about a new product. Tune in every day. It's 12 noon. I'm going to do a product highlight. Today we're talking about Ageless Eye Cream. Here's what I learned about it. I heard from the owner. She's a rock star. Really love what she stands for. I'm going to try this one myself. Let's try it all together. Like, that's live commerce. Let me kick back to my panel. 3 of you guys on live commerce or social commerce, picking up where I just left off. Dive in.
Yeah, Nick, Tito,
Take it.
can you hear me? Okay, great. I'm an old guy, folks, and Nick said, "Hey, dude, you can become a social commerce." And I'll tell you, he made me a believer. I will tell you, Kasaya just commented. Guess what? I went and ordered the Daily Hydrating Moisturizer by Belle Capri. I did, and although I didn't have a chance to go ahead and do the social, I am going to do it first thing in the morning. And so I become a believer. The quality of vendors and products were extremely impressive. I'll tell you that when we had a doctor of the A&Q, which is the LA Clippers basketball, they did an outstanding job when we went to Texas. So I am just beside myself. And I was an old Amway guy, way back when. And I tell you, those days, you're absolutely right. I have become a believer now of these products, the quality of what's going on. So anyway, back to you, Nick.
Thank you, buddy. Anyone else? Live commerce, dive in. Stacy, Tony, Mike, either one, either 2 of the 3 of you.
I'll jump on. So I guess one of the things that's refreshing is to see how different this is from anything any one of us has ever been a part of before. So when you really can't compare this to anything because there's clearly nothing like this that's ever happened before. And so it's a breath of fresh air. And I think what we're all learning is that, although I may not be the one going live every day, we probably should be, because that's what's happening right now. And clearly by the numbers and the stats and going to 1.2 trillion next year, somebody's doing it, and it's actually happening whether we like it or not. And the best part is with the big thing that hit me over the weekend was, like you just said, Nick, listen, there's a lot of great products out there. There's just a lot of great products out there. I might not use them all, but that doesn't mean they're not great products, because somebody's going to buy them. I might as well go ahead and push it out there. It's part of our arsenal. It's what we have. So what a great tool. What a great platform. And I'm just excited to, about where we're at this point in time.
Stacy, any tips from the ladies' perspective? You're more likely to go live on TikTok than Mike Craig is. Take it away.
Yeah, you guys, people are there's so much saturation of crap out there. And so the average consumer is distrustful of things that they don't get recommended by friends and family. And so the market share that we have within our own network and the speed of trust that we have is exponentially higher. And the likelihood that they will go on an experience with you, purchase something, is much, much greater if you're going live, if you're sharing, if you're giving tips and reasons why you're interested in it, going to purchase it, or have purchased it. Those things will compel others to go along with you. People want to go along for the ride. So give them the invitation to go along for the ride with you, and they will take it. But you have to send that handout. You have to offer them the ticket onto the bus. Otherwise, they don't know that it's there. And so that's how you're going to draw people into what you do.
Thank you so much. Well, take me on a ride to the next slide. Okay, we got 2 more sections, an announcement to make. So let's keep it rolling. Next section might be Shoply Partners. Am I on the right track here? Okay, guys, let's talk about Shoply Partners. We are 99% of the way fully launched on Shoply Partners. It is live. Your sales funnels are live. How to get to them is a little bit tricky. So I want to teach you what is the current way to get to them and what is going to be the future way to get to them, and hopefully the next couple days. So this is your sales funnels currently. Your sales funnel is your username shoply.com/partners. Your username.shoply.com/partners. So when you refer somebody here, I'll show you where to find that link in just a second. When you refer somebody here, they click the influencer journey. They're going to go to the first video. They can either enroll or go to more information. If they go to more information, it's going to take them to the second video.
We don't have a second video.
Is missing. So it'll take them to a second video. And then when they say more information, it'll take them here. And they're going to register. They're not going to need a referrer code. If you do this correctly, your code will be coded in there. So we should have, Stacy, you've got to flip out the snapshot to one that has the person's picture right here and their name in the upper right-hand corner. So they're then going to register as an official lead or guest account. Okay, so they register the same way you did. When they do, it's going to take them now to the third video. And that third video is going to explain their enrollment options. At the end of that third video, they can enroll as an affiliate, an influencer, or an influencer pro. Or they could not enroll and then call you back and say, hey, I need more information. I didn't enroll. Okay, so this is where it currently stands. This is only the first version of your sales funnel. You're going to get a second version in 2 weeks and a third version in 30 days. The second version is going to have a couple more pieces to the funnel, such as a 20-minute presentation in case they don't want to enroll, takes them to a 20-minute presentation. Well, why don't you have that up yet? Because we're going to roll out a new presentation. I need to practice it a few times, dial it in, get a good one. That would be the bounce out to a long presentation. They'll have frequently asked questions. And then in 30 days, we're going to add the vendor side of this. Could be if Rod says, hey, we don't want to flip that on yet for 45 days, we wait 45. He says 3 weeks from now. We're timing this based on our current vendor flow that we have, the ones we're already working with. We don't want to overwhelm the system and just flip on vendors yet, but we'll call that 30 days just as an eyeball. Here's where you go to find your current vendor, your sales funnel referral link. You go right here, but this is going to sound strange and it's going to be clunky, but it is what it is. Do not click the button that says enrollment link. Don't click that. Click the part next to it that is the symbol of a copy paste. Sometime in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, this entire button will be a copy paste button. Just don't click the giant button on the left. Click the little button on the right. Now, when you click the little button on the right, it's not going to do anything. Go back, please. It's not going to do anything. So you're going to think it didn't copy. But when you click it and it doesn't do anything, go back, please. When you click it, are you messing with me? Okay. I'm going to show you, guys. I know this is very cumbersome, but it is what it is for a couple days. When you click this right here, don't click this. When you click this right here, it's not going to react, but it's actually copying that link. You can then go anywhere, go to an email, a text, your notepad, and paste it. And that is actually your sales funnel. We had hoped to have all this done by tonight. It's not done by tonight. I take responsibility and I apologize for it. Too much, too fast. In the next couple days, you will be able to copy and paste this with a reactive link, the whole button. Also in the next couple days, go ahead and go to the next slide, please. You will actually be able to go, this is not live. What I'm showing you right now is not live, but you'll be able to go to your invite center. You'll be able to go here and change your username. So right now your username is probably like X94QR92, blah, 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 blah. But you'll be able to go here and change it. Obviously, as a marketer, you know I didn't pick the name Karen. Clearly, someone in the tech team is disconnected with what a Karen means. So I don't recommend you use the username Karen. I would use it's already taken by the tech team. Okay, so use whatever is short. Don't use your whole. Don't be too over the top with this. You need short. So because it's going to be whatever you pick. .shopley.com/partners. So do something short. This is not up yet. I don't know when it's going to be up, but as soon as it's up, I will make an announcement. But why I love this because when this is live, check this out. You'll be able to click send invite. You'll be able to use our scripting if you want to, and you'll be able to send an invite directly into the sales funnel. If you don't want to, you can just hit share and you could do a one-off, or you could copy and paste your entire link to an email if you wanted to, however you want to do it. More training to come on this, but I needed to share with everybody what I shared on Saturday is not ready yet or correct. So that was the complicated explanation. Go back one slide. I'm going to do this super fast now that the complicated one is over. So here's what I want you to do. Go to your back office, click that button one time, go to anywhere, an email, a text message, a notepad, paste it. That is your current referral link to your sales funnel for affiliates and influencers. That's the only one that is live, active, and working currently. When you click it, it will not react, but it is actually copying. Stacy, anything you want to add to that? Anybody want to add anything from the actual sales funnel process, the actual steps? Go ahead, actually click one more slide. Stace, I'm going to go through this, and then I will kick back to our panel for a second. We are almost done, y'all. Okay. All right, so here's where we're at currently today. This is version 1. We have this done. We have this done. We have this done. And then it has some getting started steps, but we actually need to create a getting started training. Why don't we have one? Because the company's too new to give accurate steps. So now I can get with my leaders and say, guys, what should the 5 steps be? So this is not ready yet, but this will be in version 2 or version 3. Obviously, this is ready. So what happens is when you send somebody, it's going to take them through what is Shopley, how does it work, and roll now. On version 2, you're going to get this right here, this right here, and this right here, 2.0. Give me 2 weeks. And then version 3.0, Shopley Partners will take you this way into vendors. Okay, so it'll take you the same sales funnel into vendors. All right, let me bring on my 2 or 3 people from the panel that haven't spoken in a while. Take it away on the sales funnel, on the partner sales funnel.
I'll jump in.
Thanks, Trace.
Yeah, I think it's really important how things are going to be automated, especially as we go through the phases to understand and be able to get the vendors who really want to get speed to market really quickly happening on the platform. So for me, it's a fabulous improvement in how, we're going to be able to do this in an automated fashion. Right, back to you guys.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, so every company I've been with, I really have never had this so-called funnel system. So I am actually really excited. You guys, it works. And again, I'll reiterate again, this is the first version of everything. And again, it's going to evolve over time. But right now, the great thing is it works. It's functional. It tells the story. People will sign up. And remember, for those that have been around a while, we had none of this. And, we broke records. So use it, share it. And I'm very excited about this only being version 1.
It's only version 1. Hey, bro, 70 days old.
That's right.
What a pile of poo this is. 70 days old. Guys, 70 days old, 40 days since the first vendor, 120 days since the first invite. Let's, I think we got one more slide left, Stace. Ron, I told you it's going to take 90 minutes, 1 hour and 29 minutes. Here we go. Here's the last slide, final slide. I think we did pretty good. We recapped 3 days in 90 minutes. That's not bad. So we got 2 slides left, this and the next one. Guys, we're launching a Pioneer Power bonus starting October 24th through November 30th. If you refer 3 influencer pros, you'll make $780. If any of the influencer pros are influencers, it'll be a 50% bonus. This is available to any influencer or influencer pro. Obviously, if you are an influencer, it's going to automatically reduce your bonuses because it does that. You get 15% instead of 20%. If you are an influencer pro, you refer 3 influencer pros between now and November 30th, $780. If you do it twice, you get 2 bonuses. So you can do it 3 times if you want, make $2,500 or $2,300. So on your mark, get set, go. America, if you're in America, you are phase 4, you are 20 vendors, hundreds of products, no excuses. Let's freaking go. Europe, Aussies, Canada, you're phase 2. We know where we're at. We know what to do. We're going to move you to phase 3. Everybody else, work with your diamond influencer. I'm creating a flow right now. If you're in a country that is phase 1 and you're the leader and you're going to bring us the vendors and you're going to bring us the free guest accounts and you're going to open that country, go to your diamond influencer. Your diamond influencer will work with me. Your diamond influencer will work with Ron, and me and Ron will work with Rod to get your country to phase 2. We got a process. We got a flow. Next slide. Yo, Europe tomorrow. Let's do this. We're going to do the same call we did today in Europe tomorrow. If you got anyone in Europe that's a part of the team, get them on this call, 2 p.m. CDT, which is, I believe, 9 p.m. CET. These should be localized. 9 p.m. CET. Tomorrow night, America only. You can log in and listen, but I'm going to speak to Americans about a phase 4 company. So this is a phase 4 presentation for a phase 4 country. Americans, I want every prospect that wants to look at a business. Now's the time. Go get them. Go show them your sales funnel. Get them through the first video or 2. Get them to me tomorrow night. Let me try the new presentation. Let me light up your team. Let me get you 3 new influencers. Let me get you $780. Let me get this thing rolling and rocking. Back to the calendar, please, because I think we got 2 more calls after that I didn't talk about. We're going to do the same thing in Australia and Canada. I had to, Tracy actually have an 8 o'clock. So 7 p.m. CDT, which is actually Friday for Australia.
11 a.m. Friday.
11 a.m. Friday in Australia. And in Canada, that will be 7 p.m. CDT Thursday. We're going to talk about a phase 2 presentation. It's slightly different expectations. Everybody's going to hear 90% of the same except the action plan. And then Monday, everybody, for the EU, they're going to hear the new snapshot, the new snapshot, aka presentation. So time to reload, time to grab prospects, time to find people that want to make money, somebody that wants a piece of that $1.2 trillion next year. We got a strategy, we got a plan. We're 2 minutes over. Panel, I appreciate you. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Those of you guys that hung in for 90 minutes, 220 of you, you're amazing. Let's rock this thing. Phase 4 America, load up tomorrow night. It's game time.